guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here with, well, looks like, I guess it has been some time since I did another response slash rant video for sure, but I think it makes sense for me to finally do this video for sure, and surprisingly enough, I've already got my closet door open containing all of my cosplays for sure, so, and yeah. And I guess the one at the end might give you a little tease, of course, my next cosplay I'm actually working on for sure, to which I'm pretty sure you have seen the update, the update posts and stuff, of course my social media and the community tab on my YouTube channel for sure, so I think it'll pretty much get you the idea, of course, what I'm actually working on for sure, so yeah. Anyways, I guess I felt now's a good time for me to make this video for sure, just to really address some things for sure, and surprisingly enough, it might have a little tie-in to, of course, one of my videos that I actually did previously for sure, so yeah, I figured that's exactly what I thought we were gonna do for sure. Now, if you may recall, just almost a year ago, for sure, I actually did a video talking about how, where of course I officially came clean and talked about on why I actually pretty much decided to go for cosplaying as female characters, or I guess in this case, cross-playing for sure, on top of course, what I do with my cosplays normally for sure, and yeah. I say it was actually a really good video that I've actually put together for sure, and it was actually a really great way for me to finally come clean and finally come forward, of course, why I decided to do it for sure. So yeah, if you haven't seen that said video, I highly recommend you go check that out for sure. It'll give you pretty much a really good amount of context of course, what I'm actually talking about for sure. Now I actually did mention that for sure because for this video I wanted to talk about something that's pretty much been on my mind recently that I kind of felt that I would also need to address for all of you guys entirely, just so that I can finally ease the attention for sure and clear up any sort of confusion for sure. So yeah, and of course it is once again, of course, that's a subject matter for sure, but also I think stuff that is a little bit more personal on my part. Now I know I've been trying my best to, of course, avoid talking about stuff that would probably make me feel uncomfortable for sure, or stuff that I think is just way too personal, in my opinion, for sure. But I wanted to make this video as of now, just to finally address, of course, what exactly I was actually going for sure, and actually discuss, of course, what's been going on in my mind, pretty much for sure. Now, obviously, I guess if anything, pretty much in regard to, of course, my cosplays as of now, well, I guess for well over 9 years for sure, I have actually been pretty much been doing quite well with, of course, on my cosplays for sure. In fact, I think the grand majority of them have actually taken up plenty of closet space for sure, to which hopefully I think at some point around later on down the road I might actually get some clothes out that I might give away, or maybe get like a nice rack or something to move all of my cosplays at, just so that I can have way more room for, of course, my closet for sure. So yeah, I think but regardless of course of that front, I've actually been pretty much doing quite well with, of course, my cosplays, whether it be the ones that I would actually either buy online or, of course, handcraft for sure, or a mixture of both, whichever works for sure, and not to mention, I really do love bringing them out to conventions for sure, just to see what I've actually got for sure, and I've actually developed a really great style with, of course, what I've actually done for sure, and not to mention, I've actually, pretty much similar to what I've actually been doing with my channel very recently, I've actually been experimental, and actually trying something new with, of course, my cosplay stuff for sure, just so that I don't have to do the exact same formula over and over and over again for sure. I want to be very creative and try something that is creative and new with, of course, what I'm actually currently doing for sure. And so far, with what I've actually put together, especially for the past few years now, I've actually been doing quite well for sure. And let's not forget to mention for the fact that for this year, we've really amped it up a bit in trying to do something new and creative for sure. Like of course for Syracuse Collectors Con, I actually got the opportunity to co-host a cosplay panel, which was actually a whole lot of fun, and I'm really glad the people running that convention was kind enough to ask me to do that for sure, and I can't wait to come back next year for sure to see what they actually got for sure. And not to mention, pretty much at my current workplace at Area 51 in the Crow's Nest Online, I actually got the opportunity to not only host and judge a cosplay contest alongside Casual Crow, who actually did it with me, but I also did try my hand at, of course, vending a table for the first time, to which, yeah, I guess a part of me could have been a whole lot better, but it was a good first try for sure, and I do hope to maybe revisit and, of course, yeah, pretty much revisit and, of course, do a little retooling on that idea to see if I can do it a whole lot better for sure. So yeah, I guess needless to say, I think it was actually quite interesting that those are, of course, many aspects I've actually done, just as my way of being experimental with what I've actually been doing for sure. But then again, I think with what I've actually been doing, it does lead to some massive confusion for sure, and this is something I definitely want to clear up, of course, pretty much in this video for sure, and obviously, this is, of course, pretty much a little something that is a little bit personal for me, but I might as well finally come forward for sure, and yeah, I guess needless to say, I think I've actually been holding myself back from, of course, doing this one for sure. But I figured now is a good time for me to finally come forward, of course, all that. So yeah, I guess given to all that, I think probably the main factor which led to the massive confusion on why I decided to pretty much amp up my cosplays and go for cosplaying as female characters for sure, as opposed to yeah, pretty much aside from, of course, pretty much male cosplays, which I did start off on, and of course trying something a little different and actually trying to do gender-bent versions of female characters from some anime shows and plenty of others for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much the one big massive confusion that I've actually that I know I've been getting for some time, not just online, but also from my own family for sure. Now, of course, pretty much what led to me, of course, what made this video for sure is that pretty much right around this morning when I've actually shared some updates and stuff, of course, on my next cosplay for sure, which, to which, by the way, I should mention right now, in case a lot of you guys are wondering, just so that I can help clear things up in the comment section below, I'm actually finally doing another version of Ruby Rose from Ruby, but as of course, pretty much similar to what I did when I made Barber from Genshin Impact into a ballerina. That's pretty much what I'm actually currently doing with Ruby Rose as of now. But moreover, actually going in the similar direction like I did some time ago when I did my Beacon Dance Ruby Rose cosplay pretty much a long while ago for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm currently working on as of now, and pretty much as we speak, I'm currently finishing up on some things regarding that said project for sure. As of course, I've already got a good number of materials that I actually got, and of course, I'm waiting on a few things to finally finish that thing up, just so that I can finally reveal it for sure. So, I guess either way, it probably won't happen until right around later this month or sometime next month for sure. And trust me, I know I'm not going to go into too much detail on, of course, all of that, because if anything, I really don't want to really pretty much get too much out there for sure. So, I'll actually keep, of course, what I've actually got personally a secret for now. But regardless on that, I think right around this morning, pretty much when I was about to leave and head to town, and even planning on getting some supplies to still continue working on that said cosplay I'm working on. My mom was, of course, lucky enough to come home because she didn't actually have work at that time because yeah, she actually wanted to have a little talk with me, of course, what's been going on, and asking the one important question for sure. Am I about to make a massive transition? Now, in case a lot of you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I think what she's actually referring to is, of course, given to what I'm actually doing, and especially with where I'm actually at right now for sure. Like, of course, you can tell I haven't actually got myself a haircut for almost a year now for sure, and I guess given to that thought, pretty much, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the LGBTQ plus community for sure, to which in case a lot of you guys haven't for sure, I highly recommend you do research for sure, but that actually does apply to, of course, many different sexualities for sure, like, of course, whether it be gay or lesbian for sure, or, of course, being queer or bisexual, or even transgender for sure, and that's just to name me a few for sure. So yeah, I guess needless to say, I think given to that guy, pretty much my mom was, of course, asking the question if I was making the transition, yeah, if I'm actually going for a massive transition in going the transgender route, where, of course, I would actually change my sexuality from, of course, a male to a female for sure. And well, I guess if anything, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, of course, on that front for sure, and I'm here to say absolutely not for sure. Now, before you can go into the comments, pretty much saying that I'm actually against transgenders in a nutshell. Now, let me make one thing perfectly clear for sure, and this is a massive disclaimer that I want to give out for sure, is that I have nothing against transgenders in a nutshell for sure. I really do think they are really great people for sure, and if it is their choice to actually pretty much be a transgender for sure and change their sexuality for sure, then that's entirely their choice. Yeah, we cannot control it. We cannot make their decisions for them for sure. So yeah, I do want to get that out there for sure, and it is quite fitting as well, because I actually pretty much give it to, of course, what I've actually mentioned way earlier in this video for sure, is that pretty much of anything, I actually do have mad respects for the LGBTQ plus community for sure, and I do mean some really great mad respects for them for sure. In fact, I actually do know a couple of people who are indeed transgender for sure, which is actually quite nice, and not to mention a few of my family members are, of course, lesbians for sure. So yeah, I guess needless to say, I think given to, of course, all the hang, I have nothing against the LGBTQ plus community for sure. I really do think they are really great people for sure, and I think if anything, they're pretty much just, yeah, they're not just pretty much people that pretty much are just weird, and of course pretty much they really want to actually choose, of course, pretty much on what they actually believe as opposed to what we want them for sure, on what we want them to be for sure. No, not at all. Everyone in the LGBTQ plus community for sure are, of course, real-life human beings, just like ourselves for sure. Yeah, not just me, but also you as well for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I could say for sure. And I guess if anything, as nice as it is for sure, it can actually be quite a bit of a emotional roller coaster for sure. And trust me, I do get that for sure, because yeah, there are times where, of course, I have gotten a little emotional for sure, which does impact on my health for sure, both physically and mentally for sure. And I'm not ashamed to actually admit that for sure, because yeah, truth be told, I actually, for a while, I think you do see me as, of course, a really nice and, yeah, really nice and happy-go-lucky guy for sure, to which I still am for sure. But deep down inside, I think, I know outside of course, what I've actually been doing for sure. Yeah, I will admit, pretty much, I think I can actually be quite emotional for sure. And again, it does impact my both my physical and mental health for sure. And I'm not ashamed to actually admit it for sure, because there are several times where, of course, I've gotten into massive conflicts with people for sure that would leave me having a different reaction for sure. And there's even times where, of course, I actually did get pushed around for sure, that really hit me a rock bottom for sure. And not to mention, I do sometimes get angry in the past whenever things don't go my way for sure. And not to mention for the fact that I would actually get so emotional that it impacts my mental health so bad that I almost would be on the verge to commit suicide for sure, to which, thankfully, that never happened for sure. But needless to say, I think pretty much what really helped calm things down for sure is that I actually would get into some talks with people to really discuss on what's been going in my mind and what's wrong, and how we're willing to fix a problem for sure. And not to mention, I've actually have been taking several counseling sessions for sure to really get me of course on why of course on how I actually feel for sure, and how I'm actually pretty much really solving a problem a whole lot, and would actually work out quite well for sure on my part, to which honestly I'm actually glad I actually did take up on the hag for sure, because even if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am right now for sure, because if anything, all the stuff that I've actually mentioned would, of course, lead me to having numerous times where, of course, I would get anxiety and a bit of depression for sure. But I know how to actually combat all this, and of course, give you guys something that would not only make me happy, but also you as well for sure. And of course, the one thing that really impacted me a whole lot, especially with, of course, my online career for sure, is that the fans I've actually been pretty much that have been watching my videos, and of course got in contact with me saying that my videos actually make them smile for sure, and really made their day for sure, and how much they actually look up to me. Yeah, that alone actually made me very happy for sure. I'm really glad that I have people like you that really stood out quite a whole lot for sure. So yeah, and of course, if anything, give it to, of course, where I'm actually at right now. Now, like I said, I have nothing against transgenders in a nutshell for sure, but to me, I really don't think I actually would for sure. Now, the reason why I pretty much decided not to for sure is mainly because, well, I mean, really look at me for sure. I mean, I'm still pretty much if you take all the cosplays and stuff out of the equation for sure, let alone pretty much everything else that I've actually been working hard on my channel for sure, I say you could definitely look at me at just, well, just me for sure. Yeah, I think even if you take everything that I've actually worked hard on during my online career in a nutshell, you can still see me as, of course, a regular person for sure. And I really do think I am, in fact, who I am for sure. And there's something wrong with that entirely for sure, because, yeah, needless to say, I really do think they are. Yeah, I really do think it is actually quite nice of me to stay, of course, me being me for sure. I don't need to, of course, pretty much change up my sexuality for sure, or anything else for sure, to really keep up with, of course, what I've got going on for sure. No, I'm still me because, well, I'm just me for sure. Yeah, I think you still know the recognizable face. You still pretty much hear my energetic voice for sure. And all that sort of stuff that I actually would do for sure. So, and besides, I think given to, of course, what I've actually been going through for sure, aside from, of course, what's actually happened over 12 years ago, when, of course, I was in massive controversy during the massive YouTube war back in the summer of 2012, I've never really done anything that would, of course, really land me into trouble for sure. Like, of course, I've never actually committed any crimes for sure. I've never actually killed any people for sure. Hell, I never actually pretty much never did anything that would be under the category of sexual harassment for sure. So yeah, and even if there's a lot of people say that they want to think otherwise and actually try their best to exploit that for sure, I really don't think they actually have any proof to actually showcase, of course, what they actually did for sure. And even if they did, I think I would pretty much brush it. I'm pretty sure anyone would see it as just false allegations for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah, and even I actually explained to my mom for sure. I mean, yeah, I guess if anything, I did tell her that I have nothing against transgenders in a nutshell for sure, let alone anybody in the LGBTQ plus community for sure. No, I'm actually still am who I am for sure. I guess if anything, pretty much even looking back on, of course, my video that I actually did, where, of course, I've actually talked about pretty much my time cosplaying as female characters as opposed to male characters officially for sure. Well, that's mainly because I didn't actually do it because they actually look pretty, and I would actually look cute in a dress for sure. That would make all the people actually make me want pretty much want to laugh at me for sure. No, I actually did it because it's actually my choice, and that's actually the key word on what I actually said for sure. Choice. Yeah, so yeah, I guess if anything, it was my choice to actually go for a nice balance of cosplaying female characters for sure, as opposed to male characters entirely. But don't worry, I'm sure I'll get around back to, of course, doing that pretty soon when the time is right for sure. And I can argue for the same people who are part of the LGBTQ plus community for sure. It is in fact their choice for sure, and there's nothing wrong with it for sure. So yeah, if you're a guy who actually wants to date another guy, that's totally fine. If you're a girl who actually wants to date another girl for sure, that's fine too for sure. Yeah. Not everything pretty much has to be resolved with, of course, a male and a woman, yeah, by a man and a woman loving each other for sure. It can actually quite balance out for sure, and I guess if anything for sure, we do want to have more diversity with what we've actually got for sure. So. And I really do think that's something that we've actually been missing out on a whole lot for sure. I do believe that I am one of those people who actually believe that in today's modern society that pretty much the idea of treating people equally is starting to become an endangered species as of now, and that's what's really scaring me for sure, and especially nowadays for sure, like of course not just people in the LGBTQ plus community for sure, but also people in different race and ethnicities for sure, and people with different skin colors and stuff, and that's just to name a few. They've actually been on the massive, pretty much on the massive target of some pretty some really great amount of people for sure, whether it be pretty much the ones in real life, the ones far away from us, or even online for sure, that pretty much want to pretty much showcase the evils of course, all this for sure, and exploit all things woke. And trust me when I say that, I want to say this right now. Since I did say that I have nothing against the LGBTQ plus community or anyone from different race and ethnicity or anyone else aside from us in a nutshell for sure, but what I am against for sure is of course anyone who is anti-woke for sure, yeah. So yeah, I really can't stand people who are in fact anti-woke for sure. I mean, yeah, I think with of course everything that we've actually seen so far with these kinds of people, both in real life and on the internet for sure, there are all these people for sure that really want to exploit all the evils, of course, why you should not support these people, and we should go back to, of course, pretty much with what we've actually seen pretty much way back in the past, let alone back in the 1800s for sure. So yeah, all that sort of stuff for sure, and yeah, that's just to name a few for sure. And whenever people do that, all of us can actually think of is, who the fuck cares? Yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say, of course, on that front for sure. Yeah, I think pretty much you look at all these people and you're already thinking to yourself, who the fuck cares? But yeah, either way, I really don't think pretty much, yeah, I really don't think people who are anti-woke has any right to actually pretty much set foot on this planet for sure, but then again, that's just my opinion for sure, so. And yeah, I guess for the fact that this has actually been going on for sure, where they actually want to spread more hate, rather pretty much showcasing more hate and despair for sure, rather than showing love and joy and change and stuff. It actually really left us in a massive rock, in a hard place that we know hands down we couldn't get out of for sure, and not to mention with of course pretty much not to mention some politicians have actually taken note of course all that, and actually want to of course try their best to make sure that anyone who has any protection rights for sure gets taken away entirely for sure, which yeah, it did leave us in of course in a massive rock in a hard place that we know we can't get out of for sure. But either way, I think I know hands down that I do think love and joy is something that we could definitely combat for sure, just so that we can actually show all these people who's the boss, and we can actually try to prove them wrong for sure. And I do believe I am one of those people who really actually thinks it should be the right way to go for sure. Will it actually be quite easy to do? Not particularly, but through some hard work and some advocation for sure, I think I know hands down that we could definitely do our best to actually really help change things for sure, because let's face it, the world is changing more and more every single day for sure, so yeah, I think it's probably what I could say, of course, on that front for sure. And even looking back on my conversation with, of course, I had with my mom for sure, is that I know hands down that I will never actually make the transition from going from male to a female for sure. As I know hands down, my parents actually worked hard to raise a son and not a daughter for sure. But then again, I actually still am who I am for sure, and if I want to do something that may be risking and actually make people scratch their heads for sure, I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing to, of course, prove everyone wrong for sure. And that's actually what I've been doing with, of course, the recent years for sure. I've actually decided to take risks and actually try to do something that no one has ever thought that I would actually do for sure. And if that's something that I want to go for, then that's fine. Nothing wrong with it for sure. And I know for the pretty much for one good case where I actually cosplay Barbara from Genshin Impact for sure. Yeah, I do know it got a lot of people massively confused for sure. And I do recall on Facebook, whenever I actually post some stuff of me and my Barbara cosplay, I would actually get a lot of people bad-mouthing me for sure that this is something I've never, that I should never do for sure. Well, that being the case, then I think, if anything, how would that also explain, of course, not only for the fact that my Barbara cosplay won boss level at Heroes and Villains Con when I actually, back in 2022 for sure, when I entered in their cosplay contest for sure, and not to mention at Retro Game Con the same year, my Ballerina Barbara cosplay won Best Performance in the Craftsmanship division for sure. Yeah, I didn't actually win those two cosplay contests because I like Barbara and I look pretty in a dress for sure. No, I actually ended up winning those two awards at those two cosplay contests because I want to show people that I really work hard, of course, on my cosplays for sure, and I really want to showcase all of the hang as best that I can for sure. And let's not forget to mention, there are plenty of other people who have cosplay Barbara as well for sure, and there's nothing wrong with that for sure. And let's not forget to mention Crossplaying is something that any cosplayer is currently doing as of now, which is something I've actually been exploring on ever since earlier this decade for sure. Let's not forget to mention cross-dressing has been around for quite a long time, and there's plenty of other people that have actually done that for sure. Hell, even going back to the days of William Shakespeare, where they had men actually played female characters in all of his plays for sure. That's exactly what I'm actually referring to for sure. And yeah, I think I can definitely go on and on, of course, why I actually want to get out for sure, but I know hands down that it's probably the best that I can do for sure, so yeah. I guess needless to say that I do want to get better with, of course, what I'm actually doing, and if I'm willing to do something that would actually be risky, I'm willing to do that for sure. So yeah, say what you will of course, what I'm currently doing with my cosplays now, but that's not going to stop me from, of course, showing them off to all of you guys for sure, and showcase the best that I can, of course, cosplaying for sure, and yeah, I can still show them off in, of course, my social media posts, some in, of course, some videos, of course, on my YouTube channel, and, of course, my TikTok for sure, and hell, I can still bring them to a convention that I've got pretty much got planned out, and I'm hoping to go to later on. That's what I think really matters for sure, and yeah, let's not forget to mention for the fact that pretty much yeah, I think we've really stepped away from, of course, what is happening in the past. So we're not living in the 1800s anymore, guys. We're living in the 21st century for sure. So if there are going to be people that of course are going to be gay, lesbian, straight, bisexual, pansexual, queer, or even transgender, and that's just to name a few. Not to mention who is a different anyone who is a different race or ethnicity for sure, or actually speaks a different language from what we're actually speaking right now. We need to be more accepting of that for sure, and besides, we're not pretty much, we don't want to live in a world where, of course, everything wants to be occupied by hate. No, we want to live in a world where, of course, it's occupied by love for sure. And that's exactly what I mean when I say that pretty much we want to show love and joy and change rather than hate and despair. And of course, there are people that are exploiting the latter, and they deserve to be called out for sure. Like, one good example is that, pretty much I do know, in my area, pretty much, Cortland has, of course, now got an LGBTQ plus festival, that's been going on for a couple of years now, and from what I've actually seen, I didn't actually go to that festival for sure, but it actually does look awesome, and it does seem like a really great time for sure, despite the protesters for sure that's actually been pretty much trying their best to shut it down for sure, to no avail for sure. So yeah, like I said, I can go on and on, of course, all that for sure, but from what I actually hear, it actually is a good time, and who knows, if I ever felt the need that I want to go check that festival out, if it happens next year, I'm willing to do that for sure, and of course, it would pretty much be my way to show support to the LGBTQ plus community for sure. In fact, how else will, of course, not too long ago, I got a nice set of some nice pride flags for sure, to which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really glad pretty much I got those for sure. It was actually well worth it for sure, to which yeah, to the person who has actually sent these over, thank you so much for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole point in a nutshell for sure. And I did make it very clear for, of course, my mom for sure, is that I'm still gonna be who I am for sure, and there's nothing wrong with it for sure. I'm still her. Yeah, I'm still her and my dad's son for sure, and I really want to pretty much still be who I am for sure, and of course with what I got currently going on for sure, I'm still willing to take the risk for sure, and of course my mom actually did fully get the idea for sure, and she was fully understanding of course all that for sure. So yeah, I highly doubt I'm actually gonna make the transition from male to female for sure. I'm still gonna be who I am for sure, and there's nothing wrong with it entirely, because if anything, it's pretty much who I am ever since ever since I first came onto this planet, and it's exactly who I am until my time comes to an end for sure. So yeah, and of course with everything that I actually mentioned for sure, I know hands down that we do want to pretty much add a lot more diversity for sure, like of course anyone from the LGBTQ plus community for sure, anyone who is a different race or ethnicity, anyone who has a disability, and that's just to name a few for sure. We want to be more accepting of course, pretty much all those for sure. And of course, with the people who have actually still want to continue showing more hate and despair for sure, that would probably lead them into getting into a massive trouble for sure, or at least some jail time. It's probably going to be massively complicated for a while now. So all we could do now is, of course, actually still hope for the best for when the time comes, to the point where I know world peace might be on our way for sure. And of course, if anything, I think I do know hands down that whatever who we are and what we are for sure, we still know hands down that we ourselves are human beings still. And of course, I think that's what really matters for sure. So like I said, I highly doubt I'm actually gonna make the transition for sure. Like my mom was, of course, thought I was gonna go for sure. But I still am gonna be who I am for sure, and like I said, I'm still gonna shoot to do my best to do more female character cosplays for sure. But not to worry about a thing. I will go back to, of course, cosplaying male characters and, of course, gender bang cosplays when the time comes for sure. So yeah, don't worry. They will be on their way for sure, but it will only be a matter of time for sure. And I think that's what really matters for sure. So yeah. I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess on that thought, thank you all so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, let me know what you thought about in the comment section below, and of course, if you are one of those people who are like me, who has gone through something similar for sure, then by all means, get in touch with me for sure, and I would love to hear what you guys think for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure, and, well, glad I finally got that out of my chest for sure. So yeah, don't worry about a thing. I've got plenty more videos coming up very, very soon, and I'm hoping to, of course, get some things sorted out within the next couple of weeks for sure, because I've got a lot of other things that does revolve around my family for sure that I need to take care of for sure, but I'll be sure to let you guys know later on down the road for sure. So yeah. But I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages.
Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.